This is Gary from Texas 09A, just north of Beaumont. We've just went through some cold weather. It got down to like 18 degrees one night, and then last night it got down again to about 23, 24 degrees. So it didn't get as cold, but I didn't want to undo the citrus. I already had them covered up. So they've been under wraps for, I guess, what, 7 days? Something like that. And here's how we've done it. And this here just has a drop cloth that whenever you paint, you can buy those. This here. It's looking okay. And then we tied this stuff to it. And this is a landscape fabric that we put around it. And it's just stuff I had left over. I didn't buy it on purpose because I had the bright idea that you could apply a landscape fabric and then I wouldn't have to weed anymore. And that lasted for about a year. One thing I learned with landscape fabric is you have to continue to, you have to pull it up every year or it gets too much trash on it and it'll, see all these holes you see in this thing, that's where weeds would come up in it. The other thing we had done, and this is kind of the, I do this just in case. These are cold tolerant varieties, and it is on trifoliate rootstock, which is a good rootstock, but that doesn't mean that you won't get colder than what they expect or whatever. So I pile leaves on here to keep these lower leaves alive and well. Probably didn't need to do that. We will take this off here so it'll look better. It does show that I probably should have put the stuff around it first, then tied it up. But that way, if we'd gotten really cold, it would have protected the stuff down below it. Here's the way we did the other one. One thing you do want to do when you do this is do this a day or two ahead of the cold weather, because it gets really cold really fast. And once it gets cold, I'm going to try my knife instead. You're not going to be coming out here when it's sleet and rain and all the other stuff. So try another knife blade. If you wonder if I cut myself sometimes, yes I do. It's hard to get a good pocket knife anymore. I actually spent a fair amount of money on this pocket knife and it's still not the best in the world. Hopefully this will do a little better. And this one we actually got the leaves on a little bit better. Still, if you noticed at the bottom, we didn't get all the way to the bottom. But I think it would have been okay. You know, neither way I'm doing this is very good. Try this again. And the reason we use zip ties is because it's easier when you're doing it. It's not easier when you're trying to get it off, but Because even if, and that's one thing I'm kind of learning, you probably do want to put those down lower. Now, there is a lot of weight you're throwing on top of it, so I don't like that. Let's see if I can pop this off so you can see how the you did a good job on this, son. So what you do is just knock this out. Now it's not too long. Let's get them uncovered so I can get some sunlight. They should come out just fine. So they've been covered up for a while. And it can also serve as a mulch when we get through with it. We got this one here. And this twine's pretty cheap, but you want to take it out. I don't think we did this one as good. But it's just one of the things you have to do if you're going to grow citrus in zone. And I'm in zone 9A. You know, a lot of people, and this time, you know, they might have made, the 18 scares me, okay? I think the 18 would have done damage. The 23, I think that'd be okay. But that's a think. And I've thought stuff before, it doesn't turn out well. And I can't get these trees anymore because they don't sell them locally with the trifoliate rootstock. So, it is a better rootstock. It adds a little more coat hardiness to the trees. This one was a blood orange. It seems to suffer more damage in the past than the other trees did. And it is a blood orange, and they're not as hardy as your satsumas are, or your mandarins. Now I know all of them are oranges, so if you start getting into that argument, they're all oranges, and then you got satsumas is a division, and you got mandarins, and then you have satsumas. All satsumas are mandarins, not all mandarins are satsumas, and all mandarins are oranges, but not all oranges are satsumas. So, but everybody thinks of them as being different, including me, because I had to go look it up one time. Somebody was arguing about it, and I thought, well, that's, probably shouldn't do this, but your big orange top, navel top oranges just don't have the cold tolerance that the others do. Now your rootstock will help, but just so much. Like I said, this makes it better all the way to the bottom and just get the stuff off the leaves. Let it be a tree again. And even here you see some of these leaves don't look quite as good as the others did, but That could be my imaginations too. So I know this has suffered more in the past. That's why, you know, I do this once a year. I ain't doing it twice a year. But now there shouldn't be any more cold weather coming in. You know, been my last word sometimes. There it is. I guess the last one's going to be this one over here. And this is Mr. Mac. It was done a little different. The fact that we just used a blanket after we took all this other stuff on it. And that was after we used 2 of these. Seemed like they're about 30 feet or 40 feet long strips of landscape fabric. And we got this over here. Tell you for time, let's go show them over here what we did. I'm gonna leave because it's supposed to get down to 30, 31 degrees tonight. So I'm gonna leave the broccoli covered. I'm gonna go ahead and take off the, on this side, the onions to see how they're doing. Because the onions can take down to that, not a problem. They just can't take down below 20. So we cut them up because they got below 20. Now this here had blown off that night it got so cold. So you see some damage right in there, it looks like. I will say these down here look better than those up there. So I think that it did benefit from covering them up. And you know, it is time to go ahead and get your onions out, because the bigger your tops are, the bigger your onions are. So you don't want to sit there and say, I'm going to wait and wait and wait. Plant them in 2 weeks. They just don't have time enough to get the top on before they start bulbing up. And once they start bulbing up, and that can happen sometime in mid to late February, that they stop the top growth and start bulbing up, and after that point there's not a whole lot you can do. I'll go show y'all since we're here. Got my first bed of potatoes done up. You can see how they look. And it's a nice straight line, as you can see. Went straight to it crooks, and it crooks back the other way. You have to get right down it so you make sure you see everybody can see how straight that line is. But plants don't know the difference. Now the only problem with having a crooked row like that is whenever you're doing the wheel hoe, it does kind of throw your width off a little bit. But plants don't know if stuff's crooked or not. But I do try to get straight. And that's what's so sad about this line. If I hadn't been trying, it wouldn't be so bad. But anyway, looks like everything's turned out pretty good on the cold hardiness. The only thing we got next to do is to go out and empty out the garage because it's been full. And we're going to be doing it over some today and some tomorrow. I'll probably show that in another video. But anyway, thanks for watching. We'll see you next time. Bye.